Because you know there was that thread a while ago about like why Korean commentating is better than English just because of the languages, and one of the reasons was that you don't have that like all the onomatopoeia that the Koreans use. You know, like when there's scouts, they go like da 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 da, and you generally don't do those things in English. So we need to think of something else, and I think beatboxing might be the answer here. Let's see. Anyway, wait, what? I just missed the players. It's Paralyze versus Sharp. What is going on? Whoa! Wait, Afrotoss is playing. Are you kidding me? Whoa! Hold on. Hold the phone. Oh, apparently that guy's Sharp. Okay, that's the guy we saw on the bench just now. Guys, oh shit, I actually wrote Afrotoss in the overlay. You know what? That's actually fine. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the Afrotoss, aka Paralyze. Unfortunately, he has shaved his hair a little bit there. But anyway. Aw, cute couple. Wait, they actually have a baby. Alright. Anyway. I don't know why that just like gave me pause. But Afrotoss, guys, Paralyze, he is a baller, he is a beast. And he's going to be playing a PvT here on Sniper Ridge to decide who's going to take the set, the best of 3 in Brood War. Aw, cute couple. So jelly. Forever alone, guys. Sorry, I'm sure many of my stream viewers are also forever alone. I salute you, my single brothers. White guys, what's up? Ha, see, they don't have a pretty Korean girl with them. Haha! Haha! Anyway, see what Sharp gonna do. Barracks in the main base, not near the ramp, or below the ramp even. So perhaps gonna go for factory first rather than the 1x expanse that we've been seeing today. And gas, gateway and gas for Mr. Afrotoss. Pretty good. Alright, for anyone who's not clear, his actual ID is Paralyze, but I mean, he is the Afrotoss. He's the Afrotoss. Look at that baller right there. Look at that. His tongue is too sexy for his mouth. He just has to stick his tongue out while he's playing. Anyway, it looks like a relatively quick second gateway here from Paralyze. Looks like he's going for some 2-gate goon pressure. Oh, busted! Busted! You want to eat a cookie while we're playing StarCraft? How dare you! How dare you! Whoever you are. Who's that? I don't know. Anyway. Looks like factory on the way. Ooh, I like this, I like this. Look at this little SimCity he's doing. He put the barracks, and then the depot, and then the factory all next to each other in a line. He's basically building the Great Wall of Terran in his base. And, well, I mean, it's going to be goon pressure and not zealot pressure, so it's not actually necessary. Meanwhile, he has pulled 2 guys off gas, so it looks like it is going to be an FD build from Sharp. And man, we are just not giving that guy a break. Dude, just let him eat his cookie in peace. Come on, man, camera guy. Like what? Camera guy never eats cookies? So BM. That is so BM. Apparently it's JYJ. No wonder I didn't know who he was. Anyway, wait, is he making a vulture first? He didn't make a machine shop yet. Oh, the SCV is gonna get in. The Dragoon missed. He whiffed. And there is the scout going into the base, going to see exactly what's going on here. The 2-gate goon pressure. Taking it down. Alright. Oh no! Oh, Paralyze. Are you going to proxy DT as well? That's really close though. It might be a robo. Oh, calling it. Boom. Booyah. Oh shit! Busted! Busted! Oh god, that is embarrassing. Here, let me make this proxy. Oh shit, it's a vulture. Well. Oh god, that was totally by accident too. Because the thing is, he wanted to sneak the vulture around so it wouldn't get spotted by any dragoons that were on the ridge. So he sent it around the top, and it was like that's exactly where the proxy was. Why would you proxy there? It's like he could have at least built it a little bit to the left so that a unit moving up the narrow ramp wouldn't just automatically see it. Like that seems like a really bad proxy location. It's like, here, please scout this. Oh god. Alright, so I mean, let's see what the reaction is. Oh, look at this, he's actually switched over to walling in his main. He's actually just not gonna go and do this FD push, he's gonna chill. Using the, I actually like this a lot. Look at this, he's used the barracks and now the engineering bay along with the bunker to wall it in. So that bunker is perfectly placed there. He knew exactly where he needed to place that bunker to get this wall off. That's actually really good foresight there. Huh, interesting. Also, of course, that bunker, usually you don't want the bunker this early, but he actually hasn't really made any marines, and he did scout of fast 2 gateways. What is he like building double? Is he going 2-port? What? Oh, okay, no, he's building turrets. I was like, usually when you see like 2 SCVs go out at this stage in the game, it's like 2-port raid, but that doesn't make any sense whatsoever in TVP. So I was like, wait a minute. If he makes starports, I'm just gonna like lose it. So looks like turrets going up on the perimeter. Wants to deny that Reaver press. It's interesting that even though this was scouted, Paralyze is going to go for it anyway. Like he didn't try and just cancel and transition out. He's just like, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do good Reaver micro and do some damage anyway. It looks like he's also trying to take his natural now. I think he has a probe there, but he hasn't made the nexus yet. Yep, indeed. A little bit hard to see on the mini map, but. Anyway, it looks like shuttle moving in now. Is there a turret coverage there? Yes, indeed. Nice turret placement. He's actually basically covered his entire base with 3 turrets. And the thing is, he's got no turret here, but he's got the 4 marines ready and the bunker also. So, he can focus his forces here at the top of the ramp, and then he's got 3 turrets covering every other entrance into his main base. If you just look on the minimap, 2 turrets on the right side, doing a very good job, very nice placement from Sharp. The only issue is now he actually can't leave his base for a little while. This Reaver is going to do a very good job at kind of keeping him back. So, even though it was scouted, even though it's not going to do any tangible damage, it is at least allowing him to kind of semi-contain the Terran and get his own expansion up safely in the meantime. So this is supposed to be quite frustrating for Sharp that he scouted this, and yet there's really no nice way for him to take advantage of that fact, besides, I guess, not losing immediately to a Reaver. It looks like he's slowly starting to push down here. The Reaver is trying to be as annoying as possible, but some nice positions for oh my god, oh no, I thought he was going to drop the Reaver. So just drops the Zealot, kills a couple of Marines, that's fine. His Nexus is almost finished. It looks like the expansion timings are going to be very, very close here. But this is going to be very interesting because, as soon as... oh my god, how did the shuttle get in? The shuttle is somehow in the main base! Debo! Oh, gets 3 or 4 SCVs there. Zealot's being dropped to tank hits. And another shot going off. Oh, gets both the Marines and a couple of SCVs as well. Now there's no anti-air in the main base. And this is the danger when you make a perimeter of turrets around your main and no turrets in the main, is if you lose your Marines and if the shuttle somehow gets in, you are in big trouble. But it looks like the Reaver's dropped. It's in the deep red health now. There is actually an Arbory already finished, so we can make a Goliath now to deal with the shuttle. Meanwhile, he's got his tanks and vultures on the ground, kind of just patrolling around, making sure that Reaver doesn't drop yet again. These depots are actually very clumped, so if the Reaver somehow managed to just stay alive, it could actually kill all these depots with the splash damage. If you build 4 depots in a clump, if a Reaver drops and targets and gets the Scarabs to blow up in the middle, you can actually just splash all of them. And oh, he might actually get away here. It's gonna be close. No, barely not getting away there. The Goliath snapping that shuttle's neck right before it flies out. I guess that's how he got in the first place as well. However, he did do a little bit of damage there. I think he got 8 SCV kills-ish. Meanwhile, Observer moving in, just going to see what's going on. And I think that was a pretty harsh loss for Paralyze, because that Reaver is, now that he doesn't have it, he no longer has that threat that's kind of keeping Sharp a little bit more defensive. So now that the Reaver's gone, you know, there's no threat of a Reaver harassment, and also there's no possibility of like the Reaver kind of just chilling outside the natural and containing. Because one thing you can do also with the Reaver is it basically kind of gives you a bit of a map control and supports your Dragoons at the front. So if the Terran kind of tries to move out and take position, the Reaver with its really nice long range will start, you know, will get off a few Scarabs before your tanks get into position. In the meantime, looks like a probe was sent to 3 o'clock. Looks like a bit of a misclick on the minimap there. But it will get sent over to take a 3rd base for Paralyze. Usually you want to be taking the 6 o'clock base, but in this case, you know, that would be expanding towards the Terran, and that is never something you want to do as a Protoss. So, looks like, oh, we might have a bit of a push out here, but you got to be very careful. There's a lot of Dragoons kind of chilling on that high ground ridge outside. Looks like getting a little bit stuck behind that SCV making the turret. Going to try and use that engineering bit of spot, give him some free shots on the Dragoons. Looks like Paralyze is going to pull back here. And the thing is, now that he's pulled back, his Robo is just like free pickings for the Terran, so he's going to have to remake that. And that is quite expensive gas-wise. It is 200 gas for a robotics facility, so definitely don't want to be remaking that. It's 200 minerals, 200 gas. Meanwhile, Paralyze is going up to relatively quick Arbiter tech here. It's basically a 2-base Arbiter build after Reavers, which is pretty expensive. As you can see, his 3rd base is not down yet. It's, oh, is he saving up minerals? He's got 400 minerals now. He's not spending it though. Paralyze, I mean, he's going up to, okay, it looks like now he's spending some money, but both of his minerals a touch high. I feel, I mean, yeah, I mean, they're kind of floating 500s right now. If this was Flash, he'd have like 30 minerals in the bank, because he's Flash, but anyway. Where's the Arbiter Tribunal? Is he just not making it? Okay, no, there it is. Alright, sweet. I was gonna say, like, what? How could you not make the Arbiter Tribunal? And it looks like Future Dragoons moving to 3 o'clock to just help defend that. One observer, ooh, getting taken out the front, do not want to waste that. The observers themselves, of course, pretty gas intensive as well. 2575 for those bad boys. And oh, what is this? We have 5 factories up now for Sharp. You might be going for some sick timing here in the mid game. Now there's an observer there, but I don't think it actually sees those factories on the left. It sees the initial 2 factories there on the right, but it needs to, I think it needs to move a few hexes over to the left to be able to see that. If he scouts that, he should be able to defend it just fine. And it looks like he actually does already have 6 gateways actually. So I think Paralyze will be okay against any kind of big mid-game timing attack, but we shall see here. It looks like +1 attack is actually already finished. Of course, that armory was made pretty fast, pretty early, partly to help to allow him to make a Goliath to deal with that shuttle, but as we can see, also to get +1. Is he going to move out here? No, it looks like he's actually just going to go take a 3rd base, so it's actually just going to go for the long game here. I'm a little bit surprised then that he added 5 factories before making that. Usually you can get, you know, you can just do it with 3 or 4 actually. You don't need 5. I think 4 is pretty standard to just kind of maybe put on a bit of mid-game pressure and then just expand behind that. 5 factories usually indicates more of an aggressive play, but you know what, whatever, you can do whatever he wants. His 3rd base, even despite that, is not going to be much slower than the Protoss one, even though the Protoss expansions generally should be ahead of the Terrans. It's like nice little pylon wall there. And the goons, the rest of the goons kind of chilling on that middle ridge between their main bases just to intercept any random vultures that run around. Oh, vultures trying to go into the main, not going to happen. And man, my throat is getting really dry now. Looks like it's mouth breather versus tongue breather here. By the way, did you guys know that like geese breathe through their tongues? Man, that blew my mind. Hold on, so I'm pretty sure most people are aware by now that in Team Liquid General Forum there's like a thread about foie gras, and one of the videos in the op is like pro foie gras, and it's like, yeah, sticking tubes down a goose's neck is not torturing them because they breathe through their tongue. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Anyway, the more you know. So wait, what is okay? Oh, StarCraft. Yes, excellent. Okay, so StarCraft is good. I like geese are good too, but you know, anyway. So it's going to be 3 base versus 3 base now, and that's generally good for the Terran. But there were some pretty fast Arbiters coming out, so, you know, Paralyze can go for some fast recalls perhaps if he wants to punish this. If he feels a little bit more scared, he can just go for the stasis first. I think that's generally what players go for. But in the meantime, Observer's seeing exactly what's going on in the main base, seeing that science facility going up. Anyway, oh, I hear some mines going on. What's going on here? Looks like one Vulture hiding here, gonna try and keep denying this 4th base of Paralyze. A few more Vultures moving out. Pretty close on supplies, 147 for Paralyze against the 139 of Sharp. I would say generally Protoss wants to be a little bit more ahead, but if you're going for a fast 2-base Arbiter build, then maybe not so much. Of course, you are delaying your infrastructure a little bit. And oh man, a lot of these Zealots getting caught by the Vultures. But they will... Oh, are they going to take damage to the mines? Ooh, not so much. You gotta be so careful with speed lots running around, because they generally clump up quite a bit, and so Spider Mines can do a ton of splash damage to your Zealots if you're not careful. That's why it's really important to be active with your Dragoons and just clear mines on the map and deny those Vultures. In the meantime, it looks like a little bit of anti-recall defense there in the main base. Of course, laying Spider Mines in his own main base. No, that is not a mistake. That is in fact a trap. If Paralyze goes for a recall and just inadvertently recalls on top of Spider Mines, he could just instantly lose, you know, 50 supply worth of units or something. That has actually happened many times in some pretty epic games. I'm sure, like, I think there's plenty of games. Oh no! Big mistake from Paralyze, taking a huge Spider Mine there, losing 2 Dragoons and taking a lot of damage on several others. Wow. He had an Observer there. I don't know what just happened, but man, Dragoons are dumb. They're dumb. Anyway, some more units being made here. EMP is being researched in the science facility. I believe it's EMP. Could be energy, I guess, for the vessels, but probably just EMP. And recall into the main base. Looks like his Arbiter actually got far enough to avoid the Spider Mines. There weren't that many in the first place, and oh man, this is gonna be really annoying for Sharp to deal with. He's gonna be able to get a lot of supply depots. I think his Dragoons are actually targeting the armory. Yep, that's a very smart choice. You do want to do that. Deny those crucial upgrades here. Of course, the depots, getting depots is nice, but getting those important tech buildings is even better. He might even want to target that science facility as well, that gas-heavy science facility. But Paralyze looks like he is going to lose all these units in the recall though, and he only got a couple of depots in addition to the armory. I'm not 100% sure if that was worth it, but you know, getting that upgrade is so huge that I would be inclined to say that just from that, it definitely makes it worth it. Meanwhile, the second army is actually the natural here. It's actually spotted by Paralyze's observers. But I do see a few Vultures though moving up to the top right to go for harassment. Do some harassment. Looks like 1-1 actually finished now for the Terran mech. Come on, Observer, show us what's at the top right. Looks like the Observer's not going to show us. Chobo Observer! Ah, so Chobo. Anyway, looks like, oh, Protoss army. It's moving around in the middle of the map. Looks like, okay, it looks like the Vultures were cleaned up because there's 2 cannons there, and a few more gateways being added at the top right. This is absolutely correct. Basically, as the Protoss, what you need to do is have a second set of gateways at another main, because your late game army just cannot stand up to the Terran army, so you need to be able to reproduce really, really fast, and from like a second location is also helpful because you can do flanks and counterattacks and whatnot. And also just generally, there's not enough space in one base for the number of gateways you actually need to contend with the Terran in the super late game. My only concern with this is it feels slightly early to be adding those. He's only on 4 bases. He's not even maxed yet. I don't know if he can actually afford all of that production anyway, so it's kind of useless. But anyway, we are going to have a big push out here from the Terran player Sharp. There's 1 Arbiter, 1 shuttle out, quite a few units. It looks like there's some... Are those Vultures or Spider Mines there at the right side? All that orange stuff, because it looks like they're like half and half. You gotta be very careful when you're doing a big push like this. You don't also want to be doing a lot of Vulture harass like at the same time, because you need the Vultures to help buffer for your siege tanks and lay mines in good positions. And interesting, look at this, +2 armor and only +1 attack done for Sharp here, and that means that armory that got sniped by the recall was actually +2 weapons, which is actually really, really huge. So that, I think that definitely made the recall worth it. But it looks like a very small task force being sent over to the top right to take care of that expansion. Looks like a few Dragoons sent to clean it up, but they actually don't have observers with them. Oh, it looks like they do have an observer with them now. Oh, maybe? I'm not sure. But they are sieged up right above the ramp though, so even if he goes over there, if he runs up the ramp, he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, a bit more skirmishing going on in the middle of the map. A few High Templar out to do some storming. Gotta be careful with those. Don't want to let them get sniped by vultures running in. It looks like, oh, we might have an engagement. No, not quite. Oh, nice stasis on that leading science vessel. It was about to get EMP'd, I think. And it's not just the Arbiter that's at risk of getting EMP'd, there are also High Templar underneath, and of course just the regular units would lose all their shields. But what happened to that Dragoon Task Force? I think the Dragoon Task Force actually got called back to rejoin the main army to help deal with this push. It's 172 supply for the Paralyze player against 168 for Sharp, the Terran player. Actually almost even supply. And this is not actually looking good for Paralyze at all. He's trying to find a good, or he's trying to wait for a better engagement time for this big battle. But I mean, he's just losing his fourth base at the top right. He's losing all those gateways. Oh man, he's taking more mine hits. Paralyze kind of falling apart here in the late game, I gotta say. But it looks like he is gonna make a couple of zealots up there, or send them there and clean that tank up. He still only has one. Oh no, sorry, he has two arbiters now with his army. Okay, I was gonna say if he still only has one, that'd be a little bit silly. Considering, I mean, he went for 2 base arbiters. Even if he has 2, it still feels a little bit low. Meanwhile, another stasis on those vessels. But the thing is, you can't just keep stasising just the vessels all day. You gotta have at least one stasis on some tanks or something. But here we go. It looks like we are gonna have the big engagement here. And oh man, all the tanks sieging up on the ridge. It looks like he was leading in with the shuttle. He does some zealot drops on the siege tank. There was also a High Templar in there, but it doesn't do anything but storm! Oh my god, great storms on all the siege tanks. It looks like he didn't have enough zealots to press the issue, but he cleans up a lot of the Terran forces there. However, he has fallen to just over 100 supply to the 130 supply of Sharp. I think Paralyze is still in a very difficult position. Oh my goodness, Paralyze, he did great storms there, but he didn't have the units to back it up. He didn't engage in the best position, and I think that might be the end of him. With these reinforcements coming in for Sharp's army, I don't actually know if Paralyze can hold on anymore. There's still a couple of arbiters. They do get EMP'd. I think that another vessel actually got EMP'd, and wow, actually sending a second one off just for funsies. He's got 4 science vessels with the army. I think he should just save some energy for defense matrix, honestly. And now going to start sieging up Paralyze's natural. It's looking like Reality is going to take this Brood or best, or sorry, Sharp rather. Whoops, my bad. Sharp is going to take this Brood or best of 3 for Samsung Khan. I really don't see how Paralyze can take it. As much as we love the Afro Toss, I mean, he should have just made DTs, you know? I mean, this is really the lesson to be learned here. You know, screw long games, man. Just make Dark Templars and win. It's all about winning. Anyway, looks like he's trying to do some fancy bombs with this shuttle, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And gonna go in here. Oh, he made DTs! He made DTs! Oh, comsats are imbalanced. I think Blizzard needs to nerf comsat. Like, how are Paralyze supposed to get free wins with DTs if Terran had comsat? I mean, honestly, seriously, what is wrong with you, Blizzard? Just take away comsats, man. Give us our free wins like we're supposed to have. Anyway, it looks like one vessel trying to be a hero. Doesn't even get a EMP off or anything. And well, this 3 o'clock base is going to go down despite the heroic efforts of the Dark Templars. Looks like here's the final breakout. The final breakout. Is it going to work? The High Templars moving in. Decent storm on the leading tanks, but that is a pretty deep tank line. Oh god, this is not going to work. Oh man, and a lot of Zealots getting caught behind the Dragoons. The Arbiters moving in, but no spells coming off for them. That is going to be that. Oh god, a pile of blue goo. So much blue goo. Somebody call the cleanup crew. Damn, I should be a rapper. Anyway. Bolsters and tanks moving up to the top right. I mean, Sharp has won this game, so just kind of waiting. We're just chilling until Paralyze decides to give up. Man, Paralyze hasn't played in so long, I just can't remember his name. Looks like some emergency zealots being made, but GG from Paralyze, and Sharp takes game number 3. It's like it was. Looks like he had a pretty hard time of it, but he will take it down. And Khan takes the Brood War portion. Is he crying? Is he actually crying? It's not his first televised game. He's played before, I'm pretty sure. What? Oh no, he's not crying. I think he's just sweating. Same thing. Same thing.
80일 만의 승리거든요. 어떤 선수에게는 흔히 하는 1승일지는 몰라도 이 선수에게는 정말 몇백 일 만에 돌아온 승리이기 때문에 그 순간이 승리하기 바로 1번 시점이 제일 떨렸을 것 같고 승리하고 난 이후에 어떤 순간이 제일 즐거울 것 같은 이런 모습이네요.
네. 본인을 믿고 또 출전시켜주는 코칭 스태프들에게 이런 식으로 승리로 보답할 수 있다는 건 조기석 선수 앞으로 이번 시즌에 그만큼 희망을 살릴 수 있다는 거겠죠. 삼성전자 칸 대단합니다. 8개 프로팀들 중에서 스타 1으로는 최고의